Picture a billionaire drowning in money but starving for real love, hiding his wealth to go on a blind date as an ordinary guy. Why? He's done with people chasing his cash. But when he meets a single mom whose heart shines brighter than gold, one big secret could break everything or create a love that lasts. Stay glued for a story full of twists, deep emotions, and lessons that'll keep you watching till the end. Hey, Story Soul Secrets fams. Welcome back to another tale that's going to grab your heart and soul. If you're new, smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and share where you are watching from in the comments. Today, we're diving into a journey about trust, love, and what really matters. Let's jump in. Ethan Caldwell, 34, was richer than most people could imagine. His tech company was a giant. His name splashed across billboards and magazines. He lived in a penthouse with views that could make your jaw drop, owned fancy cars, and flew private jets to meetings across the world. But when it came to love, Ethan's life felt like a desert. Every woman he dated seemed to care more about his money than his heart. Their smiles felt fake, their questions always circling back to his wealth. Fed up with shallow dates and tired of wondering if anyone would ever love him for him, Ethan made a bold move. He'd go on a blind date, but pretend to be a regular guy with no money. He ditched his designer clothes for a faded jacket, worn jeans, and a fake story about being a mechanic who could barely pay his bills. Sometimes you hide who you are to find something real, but secrets can make things messy. The date was at a small diner, the kind with creaky stools, sticky tables, and a jukebox playing old country songs. Ethan got there early, his hands sweaty, fidgeting with a chipped coffee mug. He was nervous, more nervous than he'd been pitching to investors. He didn't know what to expect, but when Mia Harper walked in, everything changed. Mia, 31, was a single mom with warm brown eyes and a smile that felt like a warm hug. Her 4-year-old daughter, Emma, clung to her hand, her tiny sneakers scuffing the floor. "I'm so sorry," Mia said, brushing hair from Emma's face. "My babysitter canceled and I couldn't leave her." Ethan blinked, caught off guard. He'd pictured someone flashy, maybe chasing a rich guy. But Mia, in her plain sweater and jeans with a kid in tow, was so real it threw him. Her honesty and warmth drew him in like a moth to a flame. Life surprises, like an unexpected kid on a date, can lead to the best moments if you stay open. They sat down, ordered cheap coffee, and a plate of fries to share. Ethan leaned into his fake story, saying he was a mechanic, always fixing cars, always short on cash. He braced for Mia to ask nosy questions, but she didn't. Instead, she talked about her life, working long shifts as a nurse, staying up late to balance her checkbook, and doing everything to give Emma a happy childhood. Her voice was soft but strong, like she'd faced hard times but still found reasons to smile. When Emma got bored and slid a crayon across the table, asking Ethan to draw, he didn't hesitate. He got down on the floor, sketching a goofy dog with a lopsided grin. Emma giggled, clapping her hands, and Mia's laugh lit up the whole diner. Ethan felt his heart wake up, a feeling he hadn't had in years. The smallest moments, like drawing with a kid, can spark a connection deeper than any bank account. Over the next few weeks, Ethan and Mia kept meeting up. They'd hang out at the park, pushing Emma on the swings as she squealed with joy, or grab takeout and eat at Mia's tiny apartment, where toys were scattered everywhere like a colorful explosion. Ethan loved it all. Mia's world was small but bursting with life. Emma's crayon drawings taped to the fridge, Mia's stories about her patients at the hospital, the way she'd hum while washing dishes. She'd talk about her dreams, going back to school to become a nurse practitioner, maybe moving to a little house with a yard for Emma to play in. Ethan found himself wanting to be part of those dreams, to build a life with her. Mia never asked about his job or money, and that made him feel seen, like she cared about the real him. But every time he left her place, guilt hit like a brick. He was lying to her, to Emma, to this little family that was starting to feel like his own. Ethan believes honesty is the foundation of real love, and keeping secrets can weigh you down. One chilly evening, they were eating pizza on Mia's lumpy couch, Emma asleep with her head on Mia's lap. The TV was off, and the only sounds were the hum of the fridge and Emma's soft snores. Mia looked at Ethan, her eyes warm and soft. "You're different, Ethan. You don't act like you need fancy stuff to be happy. I really like that about you." Ethan's stomach twisted so hard he thought he might be sick. She liked to fake him, the broke mechanic who didn't exist. He wanted to tell her the truth right then, to spill everything. But fear glued his mouth shut. What if she hated him? What if he lost her in Emma? He forced a smile, said he liked her too, and changed the subject to something safe, like Emma's latest drawing. But the lie felt like a stone in his chest, getting heavier every day. Hiding the truth might feel like protection, but it can keep you from the love you want most. The tension grew when Mia's old car, a rusty junker that coughed and sputtered, finally gave out for good. She tried to laugh it off, saying she'd figure out the bus schedule. But Ethan saw the worry in her eyes. She was juggling rent, groceries, and Emma's preschool fees, and a broken car was a disaster. Ethan wanted to help so bad it hurt, but he couldn't do it as a fake mechanic. So he did something risky. Late at night, he paid for a new car, a practical one, nothing too showy, and had it dropped off outside her apartment with a note that just said, "From friend." The next morning, Mia called him, her voice shaking with confusion. "Ethan, there's a new car in my driveway." "A new car? No mechanic I know has that kind of money. What's going on?" Her tone wasn't mad, but it was sharp, like she could sense the truth slipping out. Ethan's heart was pounding. His secret was unraveling, and he didn't know how to hold it together. Trying to help in secret can break trust if it feels like a lie. Before things went further, Ethan knew he had to come clean. He asked Mia to meet him at the diner, back where it all started. The neon sign buzzed overhead, and the air felt thick with tension. Ethan took a deep breath, his hands shaking, and let it all out. "Mia, I lied to you. I'm not a mechanic. I'm a billionaire. I own a huge company, and I've got more money than I know what to do with. I pretended to be someone else because I was sick of people wanting my money, not me. Then I met you, and you're so real, so kind, and I got scared to lose you." His voice cracked, and he stared at the table, waiting for her to yell, to walk out, to end it right there. Telling the truth can be terrifying, but it's the only way to build something real and lasting. Mia was quiet for what felt like forever, her hands wrapped around her coffee mug. When she finally spoke, her voice was soft, but tears glistened in her eyes. "Ethan, I didn't fall for you because of money. I don't care about that stuff. I fell for the guy who sat on the floor with Emma drawing silly dogs. The guy who listened to my boring stories about work. But you should have told me the truth. I thought we trusted each other." Her words cut deep, not because she was angry, but because she was hurt. Ethan felt like the worst person alive. He reached for her hand, expecting her to pull away, but she let him hold it. "No more lies, okay?" she said quietly. "I'm still here, but you got to be real with me, because trust can be bruised by lies, but forgiveness and honesty can start the healing process." They took things slow after that, rebuilding what his lie had shaken. Ethan didn't try to fix everything with money, even though it was tempting. Instead, he showed up in the ways that mattered most. He'd pick Emma up from preschool, grinning as she ran to him with her latest finger painting, all smudges and bright colors. He'd sit at Mia's kitchen table, helping her study for a nursing certification she was working toward, quizzing her on medical terms until they were both laughing at how bad he was at pronouncing them. He started to see the world through Mia's eyes, how she found joy in the little things, like Emma learning to tie her shoes, or a sunny afternoon at the park where they'd chase each other until they collapsed in the grass, out of breath and happy. Love grows in the small, everyday moments, not in grand gestures or big bank accounts. One evening, Ethan took Mia and Emma to a local fair, the kind with rickety rides and cotton candy. Emma begged to go on the carousel, and Ethan lifted her onto a painted horse, standing close as she waved to Mia with every spin. Later, they shared a funnel cake, powdered sugar dusting their noses, and Ethan felt something he hadn't in years, peace. As the fair's lights twinkled, he looked at Mia and said, "I used to think money was everything, but you and Emma, you're my everything." Mia's eyes softened and she squeezed his hand. "We don't need your money, Ethan. We just need you." In life, real happiness comes from connection, not possessions. Months later, Ethan was still there, not as a billionaire, but as a man who'd found his place. He set up a little art corner for Emma in his office, where she'd scribble while he worked, her crayons leaving colorful streaks on his desk. He helped Mia enroll in night classes for her nursing degree, staying up late to cheer her on through study sessions. They faced challenges together, Mia's long hours, Emma's tantrums, Ethan's fear of messing up, but they kept choosing each other. One night in Mia's tiny kitchen, a crackly radio played an old love song. Ethan pulled her close, and they danced, bumping into the counter and laughing like kids. "You and Emma," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. "You're my home. I don't need anything else." Mia looked up, her eyes shining. "You're ours too," she said, resting her head on his chest. Love is about showing up, being honest, and building a life together, no matter what. Ethan found what billions could never buy, a real, messy, beautiful love with Mia and Emma. They taught him that the heart matters more than the wallet, and trust is worth more than gold. What lessons did you take from this story, Story Soul Secrets crew? Could you forgive a lie for love? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell us what you learned. Hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that make your heart feel full. See you next time.